Hi my dear students, hope you all are doing great. I am so happy to see you all through this video session. Now we are going to see your second part of your sixth lesson. So what is your topic of your sixth lesson? Yes, rocks and minerals. So rocks and minerals is your sixth lesson. So in the first part we saw about the rock formation and types of rocks, and we saw about igneous rocks and the examples of igneous rock. So now we are going to see your second part. So now we are going to discuss, we are going to learn about sedimentary rock. So sedimentary rock is your second type of rock, isn't it? Yes. So now we are going to see how the sedimentary rocks are formed, right? So you can see wind, water, rain and snow, they break away the rock particles, the rocks, they break away the big rocks, right. So these rocks particles that are formed are carried away and they are deposited into the rivers, sea and lakes, right. Now these rock particles are taken, right. So they are taken along with the water or wind, right, and they are deposited into the water bodies. So the rock particles are settled down, they are settling down in the bottom of the water bodies. So they will settle down in the bottom of the water bodies because it is little heavy, right, because it is the stones. So it will settle down at the bottom of the water bodies. So what are the water bodies? I said rivers, lakes and sea, right. So now after it settled down, it forms layers. So once the rocks settle down, the small rock particles settle down, so they form many layers. So these layers, they are cemented together. Cemented together means binded together. Gettiya form aguthu, okay va. So this layers, they cemented together by the minerals. So minerals are taken away along with the water, right. So in the sea you can see the sea is salty, right. So why it is salty? It's because it is full of minerals. It's the same way in the water bodies, as the minerals deposit down along with the rock particles, the layers binded or cemented together by the minerals, right. So then this repeated deposition, so again and again the rock particles will come and settle down, right. So the repeated deposition of these rock particles into the bottom of the layers and presses the lower layers. Once it deposits, it presses the lower layer and this lower layer turns into rocks. So such type of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. This sedimentary rocks in our earth's surface, nearly we have 75% of sedimentary rocks. So now let us see how the sedimentary rocks are formed. So let us see how the sedimentary rocks form. So you can see, so the rock particles, so from by the breaking down of the rocks into rock particles, the rock particles settling down in the water bodies, right, and presses the lower layer, the rock particles presses the lower layer, and due to the pressure, so the lower layer of this water bodies turns into sedimentary rocks. And also some sea creatures, the shells of the sea creature, once the creatures die after, once the crab die after, the crab will have a shell, right. So once the shell deposit down in the lower region of the water bodies or in the sea, so that settling down of that layers, so after a period of time it is changed into sedimentary rocks, right. So as I already told you, this sedimentary rocks in our earth's surface, it has 75%. So we saw igneous rocks are 95%, but sedimentary rocks, we can found sedimentary rocks, 75% of sedimentary rocks are found on the earth's surface, right. So next we will see what are fossils. So this is fossils. So fossils, S-S-I-L-S. So what are fossils? So fossils are nothing but traces of dead plants and animals that are found on the sedimentary rocks. So mostly in the sedimentary rocks we can see the traces of the animals or dead animals, traces of the dead plants, right. So we found, no one has saw the dinosaur in it directly, right. So but we know that dinosaur lived in our earth, right. So how we found? So we found the fossil of the dinosaur, so in the sedimentary rock. So you can see this is known as fossil, right. Not only dinosaur, we can also found any animals that lived on the earth. So once the skeleton of that animals and the traces of that plants, they deposit into the sedimentary rock. So the archaeologists, what they do, they will just swipe up the outer region of that rock and they find the fossils, right. So this fossils also we can find only in the sedimentary rock. So in sedimentary rock only the traces of the animals or the dead plants or dead animals are found in the sedimentary rock. So that are called as fossils. So let's write what is fossils. Traces of dead plants and animals. So where this traces of animals, dead plants and animals are found, which are found on the sedimentary rock. So traces of dead plants and animals that are found. So that are found on sedimentary rocks. So if there is a question, if there is a creative question like in which rock we can find out the traces of dead plants or animals or fossils, so you have to select sedimentary rock. So now let us see the examples of the sedimentary rocks. So the first one that we are going to see is sandstone. S-A-N-D, sandstone, S-T-O-N-E. So this sandstone, you can see the sandstone here. So this is the sandstone. So this sandstone is soft. It is very soft. So it is very soft and they are cemented together with the particles of sand. So once the sand particles are binded or tightly and they are cemented together with the minerals, so that is known as sandstone. So it is made of sand particles. Okay, and the common mineral that we can found in the sandstone is quartz. So you will get a 1 mark question. So the common mineral that we found in the sandstone is dash. So you have to write quartz. So quartz is the mineral that we can see in the sandstone, right? And this sandstone is used in the construction purpose, constructing of buildings, right? So it is used in the construction. And in Delhi you have a Red Fort, right? So the Red Fort in Delhi and the Agra Fort in Agra. So the Red Fort is in Delhi, right? And the Agra Fort in Agra. So the Red Fort in Delhi and Agra Fort in Agra is made up of red sandstone. You can see this is the red sandstone. Okay. So now you learnt about red sandstone, right? So sandstone is a soft stone that is binded, cemented together with the sand particles, and the common mineral that we can see in sandstone is quartz, and this sandstone is used in the construction purpose. And Red Fort in Delhi and Agra Fort in Agra is made up of red sandstone, right. So, now let us see the second example of the sedimentary rock. So, the second one is conglomerate. So, you have to spell it as conglomerate. So, C-O-N-G-L-O, conglomerate, M-E-R-M-E-R-A-T, conglomerate. So, you can split it like this, so that it will be easy for you to remember the spelling, right. So, conglomerate. So, conglomerate is also an example of sedimentary rock, right. So, this conglomerate is made up of, it contains gravel. So, gravel means small stones, jelly they will say, right. So, gravel, pebbles and boulders. So, boulders means periya paarai they will say, right. So, this conglomerate is made up of gravel, pebbles and boulders, and they are well cemented together with the minerals and sand particles. So, with the minerals and sand. So, sand and some minerals are present in the conglomerate, right. And if you touch the conglomerate, it is not soft, it will be uneven in texture. So, they are uneven textured. So, it will not be smooth, it will be rough, because as it contains all this gravel, pebbles, boulders, they are mixed together and cemented or binded together, they will be very harsh or they will be very rough, because they are uneven textured, right. And this conglomerate is used in the construction purpose. Right. So, this is about conglomerate. Conglomerate is contains gravel, pebbles and boulders. Pebbles are nothing but kurangal, right, and it is uneven in texture and it is used in construction, right. So, next we will see the next example. So, the next example is shale. So, shale is a sedimentary rock that is well cemented with the clay particles. So, it is made up of clay particles, shale, S-H-A-L-E. So, maybe they will ask in your true or false on your 1 marks or fill up, shale is a igneous rock. So, you should say no, shale is a sedimentary rock, right. So, shale is mixed together by the clay particles. Kalimannu they say, right. So, once the Kalimannu deposit for a longer period and it is binded and converted into rocks. So, that rocks are called as shale. So, it is made up of clay particles, right, and this shale is used in making tiles and bricks. So, in your at your home you must have been using tiles as your flooring, right. So, that tiles is made from shale rock only, okay. So, it is used in making of tiles and bricks. So, they may ask which rock is used in making of tiles. So, you have to write shale, right. So, the next example, let us see the next one. So, the next one is limestone, sunnambukal they would say, right. So, this limestone contains calcium. So, lime, L-I-M-E, lime means sunnambu, okay, stone. So, limestone, sunnambukal, okay. So, this limestone is a rock. So, you can see the limestone, right. So, this is your limestone. So, this limestone contains a mineral called calcium. So, it contains calcium, okay, and this limestone is also well binded, well cemented together with some more minerals also, right, and this limestone is used in the making of glass. So, we all handling glass, right. So, how that glass has been prepared, how that glass has been manufactured from the limestone rock only they make glass. So, it is used to making of glass, and then lime is nothing but sunnambu. So, it is used to make glass, lime, cement, bricks, and chalk is also a form of limestone only. So, you can see the chalk, right. So, the teachers used to write on the blackboards, right. So, this chalk is also a example of limestone. So, from the limestone rock only they make this chalk, right. So, limestone is used to make chalk, glass, lime, cement, right. So, this is the example of the limestone, right. And also we can see some shells of the sea creatures. So, it is also made from the shells of the sea creatures. So, as I already told you, the shell of the crab or shell of the sea animals, right. So, this limestone also contains the shells of the sea creatures. So, now children, after you watch the video, below the description, in your description link you can see a Google Drive link. Just click that and you will get the video related materials like your self assessment, question bank and study material. So, the study material is the notes that you have to copy in your science subject note. So, this is your study material that should be copied in your science subject note. So, you have the Romans like choose it, fill in the blanks, and you have match the following, true or false. So, match the following is not given in your book bag. So, suppose if you have book in your home, so whatever the questions coming in your book, copy in your book, and the extra questions that you can copy in your subject note. So, those who do not have the book, you can copy all the notes in your subject note, right. So, this is your creative question that is added. So, you have to read this. By reading this, by understanding the videos and the concept, it will be easy for you to answer the creative questions, right. So, write true or false, pick the odd one, and you have 2 marks, and name the following, give examples. This is your 2 marks. So, how the rocks are formed, all that is your 2 marks, and your 5 marks. So, this will be your 5 marks. Now children, after you watch the video, in the below description you can find a Google Drive link. If you just click the link, you will get the lesson related study material, question bank and self assessment. So, go through all that. In that we have added the creative questions also. Copy the questions in your science subject note and read it, and you have to do the self assessment. So, with this your term 1 is over, right. So, you have to read and you have to do the self assessment. By doing the self assessment, it will be easy for you to do the term 1 semester examinations, right. So, thank you children, have a good day.